Hi, good people. Jack O'Malley here with you on a Wednesday. I am recording this right now at 9:25 a.m. The reason is that we are in session at 10 a.m. this morning, and it's lame duck. We've got a lot of bills to go through. Our agenda is quite long, and so I might not be available the rest of the day to do something like this. So I thought, well, I'll do it now. I can touch base on a couple things that have happened in recent days. Yesterday was a very big day with regard to Dominion Software. The president, CEO of Dominion, was sworn in under oath with our Senate Oversight Committee. And I'm going to go through this story is compliments of the Mears News Agency in Lansing. So I'm going to just quote it, and the Antrim County story as well. So thank you to Mears for this. Yesterday, Antrim County was kind of front and center with the Dominion Software. The CEO said he has never been a front for communist. Communism has no ties to Hugo Chavez. Dominion Voting System CEO John Polis stated this in his testimony yesterday. He said, "My company started because some say that it was founded in Venezuela, communist ties, and so on and so forth." He claims, "My company started in my basement, which happened to be in Toronto, and our only intention at the time was to help blind people vote on paper ballots." He went on to say that the company has since moved to Denver, and he says they are not involved in Venezuela's elections. He has no ties to China, no ties to the Pelosi, Feinstein, or Clinton families, or George Soros. He went on to describe the report, the Antrim County report, as severely flawed and coming from a biased, non-independent organization. Remember I said on Monday, pay attention to who paid for it, right? Not an accusation, just a logical step. He said it alleged that votes were switched using Dominion's digital education system and ranked choice voting. He said Michigan does not use ranked choice voting. He also said Antrim's tabulators weren't connected to the internet. And finally, the education claim in the report is entirely false, as the county doesn't license nor use digital education. The committee chair, Senator McBroom, asked if there was any way that the ranked choice voting could be turned on. And the CEO said no, because it's not used in Michigan. He told the committee that Dominion machines don't switch or delete votes, and that there's no algorithm that provides fractional voting. He also emphasized that Dominion employees have no role in running elections, and also said if there's any questions about the results, a hand count of ballots can be compared with the report that the tabulators spit out at the end of each election. And Antrim County is going to be doing that. I believe it's on Thursday. Another question was asked, is it possible to put a USB drive into the machines to mess with results? The CEO said he didn't think so, and that even if it had happened, it wouldn't go undetected. And also was asked if it was possible to hack into a tabulator and alter results without anybody knowing. Poulos said it wasn't possible, and if it was, it would be detected. So those are some of his answers. Now, a couple things and I'll get to the Antrim County interview that she did, but one of the things that I thought was interesting and to talk about was in that Antrim County report, it claims that the Secretary of State, who I'm no fan of, got to understand that, I'm not a Benson fan, but the report says she sent out a memo that says destroy all the information. That isn't what that memo said, and I don't have it in front of me, but I'm paraphrasing here. That memo gets sent out after every election, and it also states in that memo if there are any ongoing recounts, investigations, et cetera, don't do this. Well, as you know, we've got subpoena power, we've done this. So it's not happening. And everything's been backed up. So again, you can make a claim, and if the facts aren't really known, then the claim is obviously a big deal. But if you know the truth or really what's going on, you know it's just a baseless claim. So I think that's important. And that memo that Benson sent out is not like, oh, she's just sent out this memo. It happens all the time because it's a standard procedure. So just an FYI. The Antrim County Clerk says Thursday, zero margin risk limiting audit of 16,000 ballots will confirm the county's certified election results. She's got a team together of 20 people that will hand count. The team will be divided into 10 two-person teams. They will individually count each ballot. She says, and the county clerk, it says that she has, her name is Cheryl Guy. She owns the error from beginning, and people have run off with it trying to find something else. She told Mears, but we've owned this error. She goes on to say, Guy said the county's error occurred during the last correction when they only keyed in information for one specific jurisdiction rather than all precincts as was required. It was global, she explained. If I changed one part of my world, I needed to do it in all of my world. I didn't know that. The chief officer of Dominion basically said, yep, that's what she did or didn't do. Said the county officials also forgot to conduct a public logic and accuracy testing on the final election project. If all the tabulators had been updated as per procedure, there wouldn't have been any error in the reporting. So some information there. Again, I know people want to find boogeymen behind every tree, but that's why we have to do a solid investigation because, again, if you went into any type of formal setting and someone tried to explain what they did or why they did it or this term or that term, you might not understand it because you don't know the processes. And I think that's what I've heard from a lot of county clerks across the state that I've talked to is people just don't understand how this process works. And so it might seem odd, but that's the way we do it. Now, is it time to review those things? Yes, and we're gonna. But just because it seems odd or you don't understand it doesn't mean that it wasn't intentionally done wrong or it is bad. It's just the system that we don't understand. So I move on. With COVID, this is interesting. Michigan's case rates have fallen over the last 7 days. Death rates, the bad news is Michigan ranks 12th among the state in the highest COVID-related deaths in the past 7 days. But the governor yesterday, I had to laugh. She touted that, see, our procedures are working. Our case rates are falling. And I know that the governor remains popular, and a lot of people won't believe that, but in polling, the governor remains popular for her handling of this. But I've got people that are unemployed. I've got businesses that are forced out because of the governor's actions. And again, I don't disagree with everything the governor says. We have a pandemic. I agree. I don't want people to die. I agree. One of the things, though, that I think is, again, lockdown first month, nobody knew. Great. We agree. But then we started to see how things were happening. And one of the things that I think when we go back and look at this, which we already are, but historically speaking, where Governor Whitmer and many other governors will be proven to have been wrong, is the summer. Remember the summer? Businesses stayed locked down. I was on the COVID oversight committee, and businesses are crying, salons and bowling alleys and stores, right? They were locked down. But our rates, hospitals, nobody was in the hospital. That was the time to open up. The weather was nice. People were outside. Naturally, there was going to be fewer cases because everything was working in our favor. But we stayed locked down, and those businesses and those employees were being harmed. Then they were allowed to open for a month, 6 weeks, and then locked down again. Think about it this way. If we'd have been allowed to reopen with restrictions and be smart during the summer, all those employees, all those businesses would have been making a paycheck and things would have been going. So that if another pause was needed, they would have been in a much better financial, physical situation to weather it again. But when you keep your thumb on people all the time. You keep them weakened, and that's not good. And now the governor is saying, oh, we need this $100 million stimulus package. The legislature isn't doing anything. Madam Governor, the best stimulation package in the world is letting people go to work and let people run their businesses. So that's where we stand. The other thing about the $100 million stimulus that she wants, she's squawking that the legislature isn't doing the job. Governor, you haven't asked us or told us where you want to spend that money. So you want us to blank check, $100 million. Here you go, Madam Governor. I don't know. That's not how it works. Tell us where, give us some idea where you want that money to go, and maybe it'll speed things up. Let's see here. Anything else I want to touch on? Yeah, a couple things. I'm not going to go through the whole list, but I understand the Secretary of State is making more services available online because they're backed up too. So go look. I guess if you're drivers will also be able to get motorcycle endorsements there, et cetera, et cetera. So go check it out. More services coming online that keep things moving. And this last one, a blast from the past. Governor Jennifer Granholm is being rumored to be Biden's energy secretary. Yeah, that ought to be interesting. Supposedly she is a energy aficionado. So I leave you. Again, this is about 9:30 Wednesday morning, probably in session when I do deploy this later in the day, but I wanted to make sure I had a few things out there because things are obviously moving. So that's what I got for you today. If something changes, I'll update it, but that's where we stand as of right now. And thank you, and keep praying, right? We're in it together, you're right. And we've got support from above. Have a good day.